It feels like everybody wants to be more than they are today. If people are good, they want to be great. If they're content, they want to be flourishing. If they're successful, they want to dominate. Our guest today, however, Ellen Hester, is proud to call herself an everyday Joe Bag of Donuts. She's a proud big sister, loves working out at the gym, didn't take a sick day in her first 4 years in her part-time job with Down Syndrome New South Wales, loves her role as peer staff representative at Down Syndrome New South Wales' Up Club, and one of the proudest things she says about herself is that she loves representing her community. Ellen also has Down syndrome, but she's never let that define who she is. Also a huge Sydney Swans fan, Ellen pulled head coach John Longmire aside after training one night and gave him some pointed advice on how things could be done better. In a world where it feels like everybody is complaining that they want to be better, it's refreshing to hear from somebody who couldn't be happier with who they are right now. It's a real pleasure to welcome to Everyday Greatness, Ellen Hester. Ellen, welcome and thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you. It's my pleasure.
So how do you describe yourself to people when you meet strangers these days?
Well, when I meet strangers, sometimes I introduce myself well. Obviously, I'll mention my name. I'm Ellen, and explain of how I'm actually feeling, and explain what I do away of hobbies, and I really like swimming. I like to play netball.
Yep.
And other sports are involved in that particular sense.
Beautiful. It's a good introduction. So how proud does it make you feel to have a part-time job with Down Syndrome New South Wales?
I'm actually really proud of being a part of Down syndrome because it's all about having so much fun. I'm talking to people, I run the office, but unfortunately I have to work remotely since COVID pandemic hit.
Yep.
So that's quite a shame, but we still talk sometimes.
Yeah. Now, you're a massive Sydney Swans fan. This is a podcast, so people can't see you, but I'm proud to say Ellen's sitting here proudly wearing a Swans jersey. You pulled John Longmire aside at training to tell him what he should do differently. What did you actually tell him?
Well, I have been through this. So I'm actually a huge fan of the Sydney Swans. Wait, hold up a second. Let me wind back since I was 7 years old.
Go for it.
So when I was 7, my dad first got me a Sydney Swans jersey, which I'm wearing right now.
Yeah.
So that's when I was a huge fan of the Sydney Swans. And then after that, we have my dad's cousin's son, which is Kurt Tibbett. We had a connection through that. And then from then onwards, from now on, I was a huge fan of that. And then from that moment on, I knew that it was a very nice feeling and very exciting. So I go to some of the games, which is amazing. And then with John Longmire, I said to him that to make it differently, I'll probably say it doesn't matter winning or losing, but as long as you do your best shot, make sure that communicate on the field, interacting with players, helping them out, have each other's backs. So that's actually really nice to see that.
You should coach this team. Your boss, Emily Casca, is around somewhere. I'd tell her to watch her back. You might be the coach of the Swans soon. So I have to ask you, do you think the Swans will make the finals this year?
Yeah, I think absolutely. As long as they do their best on the field, as long that they push each other to their limits, and make sure that congratulations on the goal whatsoever. But it's off to the side doesn't matter sometimes. But as long as you got a goal as well.
Couldn't agree more. Encouragement is getting rarer and rarer. I think it's a very good thing to do. What other hobbies do you have? You spoke about swimming and going to the gym earlier. What other hobbies do you have besides those ones?
Well, I used to be a gymnast, so I used to be doing gymnastics when I was young. Then I stopped, and then I moved on from like swimming to netball. I like to like dance, so I like dancing a lot. So that's actually like really nice to do that.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Ellen, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you myself, but I can see my co-host Scott Gibbons wants to ask you a few questions, so I'm going to throw over to Scotty. Thank you, Ellen.
Betcha. G'day, Ellen.
Hey.
So who inspires you?
My family and friends. They're really nice to chat to, like inside and out. Yeah.
Your family and friends.
Like mostly like family and friends, but sometimes I actually have a partner.
Yeah.
Partner in crime. No, it's just like his name is Jesse Dibley. He's my boyfriend.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a part that he has part of Down syndrome, but he's not with my company at the moment. But it's really nice to like talk to him, interact with him, and also like family and also friends as well.
So how did you meet?
It's a long story short. I'm making it short. But we met through high schools. So all combined high schools with disabilities meet at one school. And then from that moment on, we had a connection. And then we were dating through COVID pandemic.
You were?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we broke things up a little bit because like he's getting like quite angry and stuff like that. So, and then from that moment on, there was like a singles night dancing Burwood. And then when I saw him again, I knew that we already had a connection and we already had a past. So we could like continue that on. So that's actually really nice because from that moment on, we were dating like 14 months.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first date?
I can't remember exactly. It's probably at the Burwood dance when we saw each other again.
Yeah.
And then we asked both of our parents, they're like, oh, I really like her, I really like him. So at that point.
So what sort of dancing do you enjoy?
I do I like pop songs, like pop, jazz, and all of that, because I like watching dance as well.
So the Korean?
Not particularly Korean, but I like different types of genres in songs, and like dance are part of it as well.
So who's your favourite? Do you have a favourite artist at the moment?
I've got a fair few artists in mind. I like a little bit like of R&B, so like Guy Sebastian.
Yes.
He's quite up there in the charts.
Yeah.
So
Have
that's
you met
actually
him?
really good. I haven't met him yet, but my boyfriend has.
Right.
But yeah, it's actually like really nice.
Gee, that's good.
Yeah.
And being a dancer, your gymnastics would help that enormously, I'd imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Obviously, I'm used to be a gymnast, so I do like a lot of like fancy type of stuff, but don't want to go into that information about it. But yes, like dance is a priority of mine. I like to dance, but when I used to be in school, I go into like dance spectacular, so which is like all costumes and makeup and all of that. So
Wow.
yeah.
All right. Now tell me what your 2 days a week that you're doing with Down syndrome. What is the 2 days? Tell me what you do.
So I work on mostly admin, so administration, so like mostly on the computer a lot. But it's like when I go on my computer a lot, you'd be sitting down in your chair, but you don't want to stare at your screen for a long period of time. But it's good to like stretch out your legs, get something a bite to eat probably, then come back. That's what I do sometimes. But yes, it's nice to like talk to people when you're on the staff meetings and all of that. So really nice.
So mainly administration, mainly working the computer, but you seem to be able to from what I've read, you go out and speak to thousands of people.
Yes, that is correct. So another part of my job is I'm one of the ambassadors for Up Club. So
Up Club.
yeah, so Up Club is kind of like a big social group, like 5, like a big, massive group of like amount. So like we go to like face-to-face events. So like go to like 10-pin bowling in Darling Harbour, go for lunch, dinners, and sometimes we do stuff online. Like dance, like Saturday night dance, maybe coffee club even. So it's all about interacting with other people.
How many people go to an up club function?
About like, it's really hard to tell because it's kind of between like 7 to 10 maybe, or less, probably less than that or more than that probably.
Gee, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Barnaby, I know you've got another question.
I do have another question.
You're
I think
terrific,
you
Ellen.
would be an expert in this, Ellen. Did you watch the Matildas game last night?
I watched a little bit of it when I was I don't want to mention his name again, but I was at my boyfriend's place when I was watching it.
Yeah.
And when I got back home, they were doing really great. Like at one stage, but a fair few misses.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think they're going really great for sure.
Yeah. What did you think of the result? Do you like that we're going to the quarterfinals?
Yeah, I can't believe they're going to the quarterfinals. Like, that's an amazing opportunity for them. Like, they worked hard, they trained hard. So that's actually really good for them.
It is good for them.
Yeah.
Now, besides being a huge Swans fan, you're also a big netball fan.
Yes.
Which team do you follow?
We did netball. I go for 2 Sydney teams, so like Sydney Swifts and GWS Giants.
Yep.
So yeah, they are really great players. Sometimes I get motivated when I was watching netball because since I'm playing netball of my own in my own club, Westside Rovers. That's like a club at Meadowbank Park.
Yep.
So when I go to see some of their games, I try and copy their movements.
Right.
Of what they do, but I just have to mix around it and make it our own.
Yeah.
So I really like to do that, in general.
What position do you play with the Rovers?
Well, I'm mostly the mid-court, but we always rotate around. Mostly I just play wing attack and wing defence.
Yeah.
Those are the main two. But Mum always says that, Ellen, you're really good in defence, honestly. Like lots of tips and all of that, so that's actually really good.
Yeah, beautiful. Now, you talked earlier about your family inspiring you. Mm. What are some of the favourite things you've done with your family together? Have you been overseas? Have you done big adventurous things?
So there's a few years back. Sometimes we've been to Fiji twice.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then one other stage we went to Hamilton Island. We've been to Canada, New Zealand. We've been to Noosa recently.
Yeah.
So that's all these holiday locations that we went to. And then with my family involved, we are strong and healthy living, because we eat a healthy lifestyle.
Beautiful, as we should. So does your family spend most of the time fighting, or do you have fun together?
Tiny bit of both sometimes, including with my sisters most of the time. Like, can you do this, can you do that? And I'm practically in the middle.
Right.
But I won't explain it all. But like we have like a daily roster and stuff like that of what other people do. But yeah, that's actually really nice. My sisters are really great, honestly. Like, they're a little bit taller than me, but I'm the oldest, so that's a main priority.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So with your 2 little sisters, do they come to you for advice?
Sometimes they come up to me and give some advice, but sometimes sometimes they're out all the time.
Yep.
So I didn't get a chance to see them sometimes, but sometimes I do.
Yep.
Sometimes I do give advice sometimes, but not as often because they know what they do, like, none of that. Sometimes I give my opinion, but it's difficult. Like, it's hard to find words how to explain yourself properly.
Yeah.
But it's all up to them now.
Yeah. So you're a Swans fan, a netball fan, and you watch the World Cup with the Matildas. What other sports do you go and watch live?
Well, I like swimming. Sometimes I watch like aquatic swimming. So I think it's just mostly just recently, like of the Australian swimmers or other swimmers in the aquatic. I think it's like World Cup or something like that, probably.
World Championships.
Yeah, World Championships. Yeah. I haven't been watching them recently, but what I have heard from my mum and my rest of my family. Australia is going really good. Like, I think they might win, hopefully.
We won more gold.
Yeah.
We won more gold than any other nation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
So Australia is a strong team, but they're more tough competition in the pool.
Yeah. I need to ask you about Australia, and this is a deep question. How do you feel about Australia as a place to live these days?
Actually, Australia is actually really nice. Well, at the moment now, we're still in winter, but it's almost coming towards like summer and spring. That's really amazing because you get to go to the amazing beaches. There's Balmoral, freshwater. So that's actually like a popular beaches around Sydney. And then like Australia is kind of like a wonderful country in Sydney. Australia, so that's actually really good. Like to like get outside, hang out with friends and family and cousins and all of that. Except like, and also like Australia Day. So like Australia Day, we go to the beach, we have a barbecue, like, and interact with other people of our own.
So from what you've been saying, your family, your friends, and your boyfriend, the people close to you, have been really important to you in life. What do you think about them all and how they've helped you in your life?
So my family is actually really helpful in of what I do. Sometimes they talk about like relationships and what I do at home. Make sure I'll try and stay active. But I like to do like dance workouts on my own. Like at home in front of the TV most of the time.
Yeah.
But yes, and then like with my boyfriend and all of that, we always encourage each other to do our best of what we do, like even at the gym mostly. But we always make some time up between each other and all of that. So that's actually really helpful with all of that. So that's actually really good. And then like cousins, like they always help me through our tough times sometimes.
Yeah.
So we can come closer towards them and they can help you out if any way they can.
Yeah. Ellen Hester, it's really nice chatting to a happy little Australian. It's so nice chatting to you. Unless Scotty has any more questions.
I just think she's fabulous.
She is fabulous.
She's fabulous. The way that you could just open up and speak to that. See, there's so many people, if you go to a classroom, so many kids in a classroom of 30 or 40 kids couldn't get up and talk to a classroom of 30 or 40 kids.
Yeah.
You're sitting here talking to the world, because this goes worldwide, but then you'll get up and talk to a live audience of a couple of thousand people. And to me, that is just outstanding. You're an amazing, inspiring soul, Ellen. So thank you.
Yes, it's my pleasure.
So we've got to thank Ellen Hester for joining us. It's been terrific having a conversation with her. She's just sensational, as you just heard. And we also got to say thank you to the ARA Group for being our major sponsor for 6 years in a row. And we've got to thank you, of course, and we want to thank you for listening, because we hope you've done something terrific with the information we've given you and that Ellen's given you. And you can listen into Everyday Greatness. Next episode, we'll be speaking to some incredible Australians who'll perfectly sum up this country today. They're strong, they're confident, they're kind, they're powerful, they're influential, and they'll all just happen to be women. So our first guest will be Julie Watson, and she's the founder of Stronger Than My Excuses, who'll tell us about when she faced a hugely challenging time in her life. Rather than get down in the dumps and play the victim card, she put one foot in front of the other and started a business that's bringing a huge value to the world. So we hope you can join us for that. But if you want to find out more about the show, then you just go to Everyday Greatness page, the Everyday Greatness page at barnabyhowarth.com.au. That's barnabyhowarth.com.au. Or just follow us on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or LinkedIn. We're out there for you, and we're always glad that you're listening. Barnaby Howarth, Scott Gibbons, and from Ellen, hey, we'll see you next time. Thanks so much.